Yeah, that's right. Satisfactory. It's back. It's not really back. I've just been working on stuff in the background here as far as trying to get stuff done. You know, working on episodes of it for doing an actual series. But that's still taking a little while, so let's just do a regular old, nice, simple sort of, it's just going to be the most boring parts of Satisfactory where I set up things. So that's going to be fun, right? I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, don't you all enjoy a little bit of Satisfactory, right? No, not at all? You actually think this game is extremely boring to watch? Yeah, well, that's too bad, because I enjoy it. I think it's pretty great. Certainly, I mean, wait, no, you're saying that it barely even qualifies as a video game and is more like some sort of a chore simulator / actual job? Nah, well, maybe. I mean, you could certainly call it that, but look at this sort of movement tech that you're able to get in it. I think that, you know, is what sets it apart from, I was about to say, like, games that are literally jobs, but that's not a thing. It's not a thing that exists as far as video games go. I guess if you look at, like, the lesser simulator games, of which there's a lot, you can maybe see that as being that sort of thing. Because there are some pretty garbo simulators out there. Stuff that really doesn't make any sense at all in terms of how you would... Like, I don't even know. You know, that's the thing. I talk about that a lot. The idea of, I don't really think that it's necessarily fun sometimes to play a game, but there's like a satisfying aspect to it. A satisfactory aspect to it, perhaps. However, some games I don't think even really qualify as that for the most part, right? That sort of thing. Also, I'm going to need a lot of concrete, so I'm going to just redirect everything that I have here to this for the time being. Because you know what we're doing today? Oh yes. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. It is... Yeah, Satisfactory 1.0 video. It's gonna be done. Like, the factory's here. Factory's here. It's going. Simulation game, Satisfactory, dishwashing simulator. I only played Death Stranding on stream a couple times. See, I got like conduit stuff ran here for some of the more closer things. But then if I were to go up the factory a little bit, how's it been? Well, it's been a lot of Satisfactory and also Cookie Clicker. I mean, that continues to be an ongoing thing. Come on, load up. You're supposed to load up here. The gag doesn't really work if you can't see this. Stupid Cookie Clicker. What is it? Come on. Now this frog has now been dissected. But, you know, I'm going to... It's the stupid thing. There you go. Oh, hey, a golden cookie. Well, there. That took way too long, and I feel like it really didn't... It really did not pay off. But, you know, whatever. It's still been doing that. Anyway, Dishwasher Sim was awesome. I mean, what I should do clearly is I should really just go focus on doing a little bit of, go finally play Urge. Like, I've owned Urge for a while. Never leave me. Well, the bear, I'm still here. It's like I said, work is hard. It's a hard time doing work and everything like that. And I'm going to try and, like, do more stuff here right now, but, like, oh, man. Keep forgetting about Urge. Well, you won't forget about Urge once I do it. Let me tell you. But yes, I've really cleaned up a lot of the sort of stuff that I'm doing. You can see here that now, instead of having entire floors for being able to transport around stuff, I just got a simple plenum, which has been a lot better. A lot better. But the more important thing is that instead of just kind of doing whatever when it comes to transporting stuff. I now have roads. Oh no, I fell off. Ow. I now have roads. Look at that. Look at it go. And that's the whole thing. That's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be paving roads. I'm going to be roughing in roads to every one of them. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. It's happening. It's like I hope that you enjoy this incredibly boring stream. You've fallen off for a while after DC. Oh, yeah, but I've fallen off for a while because because I was trying to do like not satisfactory, Fallout, and then I got a job. Clearly, what I'm going to be doing. Also, I've been falling off for years. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm continuously falling off. And that is really my fault, to be fair. But still. And then... And there you go. See, that's how that works. That's why I set up that one singular pad down there. You don't need to work, find a sugar daddy. That's so hard to do. Don't just have sugar daddies around here. Not like getting sugar lumps in Cookie Clicker. Okay, no, answer me question. How do I feel about it? I mean, it's satisfactory. It's pretty much the same thing. I do like that they have added. I do like some of the new recipes they've added. I suppose that's a thing. Other than that, it's just like no. It's mostly just it's still the same. It's still the same game that I was playing before, except now it has more content that I haven't done yet. Because I'm focusing on everything else as of right now. All right. Like I said, oh man, I'm getting that close to dying, eh? Oh. I mean, I should also be doing more Dead Cells and everything, too. Woo, more content. But yeah, more content that I haven't even seen just yet, because I'm focusing on all the other stuff. I mean, you still get stuff like this. Or like, factories that look like this. That's up here now. That's kind of fun. The actual thing that's at the top of the space elevator. No, really, for the most part, a lot of the things that I've been doing in 1.0 is just refining my factory to be a lot more efficient and effective. Which I think is working out quite well, if you were to ask me. The roads don't quite look as good as I want them to, but that's because it's hard to get a workable solution to paving a road when things go up that steep. Anyway, I got more here. Let's do this already. Like I said, the entire thing is we're just going to be paving roads today. Paving roads, and that's it. That's it. That's really the entire thing. It's just roads. And first thing I probably want to do is start going over here and grabbing the various resources from this like quarry area. Obviously, I already have one that's done for the sake of trying to what do you call it, to get the one thing that I'm trying to think of. It's called coal. There you go. I remember. Don't worry, everybody. I remembered eventually. Now I think I need 3 more roads here past this point. One for the limestone, which is kind of the most important thing. I still need to be making a lot of concrete before anything else. I think we got 2 normal iron. And then 1 normal copper. And I just need to make sure that... Yeah, so we're adding in 3 new roads. Hey, hi. Welcome to a boring stream. A dull stream. One that you really don't want to watch, but you have to. Because what else are you going to do? Oh, no, it's not even a normal iron. It's just impure iron. God, maybe I'll just save that for getting a... I don't think... Okay. The Silent Hill 2 remake didn't suck. I know a few people that are playing the game right now. I checked in on the comments just to see. It's like, so was this a total train wreck? And the answer is no. I remember one of the comments that I saw compared it specifically to. I got myself a big coffee here, by the way. One of the comments that I remember very well is compared it specifically to the Watchmen. By the specifically when I'm talking about Watchmen, I'm talking about the Watchmen by Zack Snyder, where it's like it was so dedicated to just doing exactly what the original, exactly what the original comic was, pretty much recreating scenes, everything like that. That although maybe conceptually there were some funny, stupid bits or whatever, that it was fine. Like this is what you wanted, I suppose, out of it's not. There's a feeling, I think. Oh, come on, really? I'm gonna have to go around this then, aren't I? But yeah, there's a feeling of why even bother playing the remake of Silent Hill 2 if you can just go play the original one because it's that close to it. I don't know. I don't have the it doesn't feel like I wanted it to be worse. I wanted it to be much worse is the thing. At least it would have been amusing there. But it just sounds like, yeah, they remade the game. It's HD now. And I'm just like, okay, I guess if all I cared about was that they weren't disrespecting the memory of Silent Hill 2, then I would probably be ecstatic. But to be honest, it's just, why not just play Silent Hill 2 at that point in time? I don't know. A lot of people really like their graphics. Well, you know me, still the same old G. That ain't my bag, baby. So like I don't know, it just feels like I would not play the remake, I just play the original game again. Which I have before. Only Silent Hill game that I've ever actually played. I have watched playthroughs of pretty much every one of the Silent Hill games, but I've only actually played Silent Hill 2. Original sucks to run. I don't know. It's just, why bother with the same I just don't. It doesn't feel worth it to me. It's just like, oh, okay, so you just use the original as that's the whole thing. It's similar to doing covers, remakes, covers of songs, everything like that. If you're gonna do it, do something different, because otherwise I can just go and play the original game or listen to the original song or all that sort of stuff. Silent Hill, honestly, I don't really think Silent Hill games are particularly scary, but then again, I'm also extremely jaded. Look, living with terrible anxiety disorder for my entire life, my view of things that are scary is very strange. Silent Hill 2 remake I watched, were also annoyed that it didn't suck as much. I know, that's kind of like that's the sort of thing where it's just like, well, I mean, it's fine, but, yeah, like I said, if all I cared about was that it wasn't disrespecting the memory of the original Silent Hill, I don't know, maybe they could have done something really cool with it. I don't think they would have. We are talking about Bloober Team. But maybe they could have done something really cool with it. Think about, various remakes that we've had that actually really lived up to the, well, not remakes, but like sequels that we've had, follow-ups that really lived up to the original, like the Deus Ex one, which is still surprising that apparently turned out as good as it did. 2 new endings and a lot of the characterization is elevated. Is it? I don't know. I would have to see that myself. Because I feel Fallout 2 is a good example. I mean, you mean Fallout 3, because Fallout 2 is the most sequel-ass sequel around. It really just like, okay, we're going to take everything and make it bigger and goofier. We're just going to take everything from Fallout 1 and make it bigger. That entire thing. Minecraft 2, the sequel to Minecraft. There are other Minecraft. Like, is there an actual Minecraft 2 out there in some way that isn't some fan-created abomination? Because that is, I don't know. I don't know about that one. I guess the thing is, after hearing that it's like it's not terrible, I just have so little interest in actually watching the remake. It's just like, whatever. I've seen this game before. I've seen this movie before, as Elton John would say. Minecraft 2 is unnecessary as it's still updated. I think there's a lot of room for improvement for Minecraft, to be honest, but I've talked about that plenty of times, though, where it's just like, it still really does feel like an indie game from 2009. Even as it is, well, 2021 was when I played the game, but 2024 now. It was like Fallout 1 was the demo until they... No, that's not true. Come on. Fallout 1, I think, has its own style, and especially was locked... Oh, it's so much, like, tonally different and stuff like that. Fallout 2 got so dumb in some parts. They might be updating combat system. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't know. I feel like Fallout 2 does not replace Fallout 1. I will say that. And don't get me wrong, both of those games got a lot of issues with them. For example, the bugginess just alone. But it's like, I think that they both exist in their own sphere pretty well. Fallout 3, though, was, maybe tonally a lot different, but I think that as far as being a follow-up to the Fallout games, I think it did a pretty good job, though. That entire thing. Why update your game when you can just let modders do the heavy lifting for free? And that's why we haven't gotten another Fallout game after 4. Right? Small additions to the game that don't synergize with the rest of the mechanics in any significant way. Just the things that are small and insignificant because people don't want to see the game change at all. And it's just like, oh yeah, poor Star. I kind of feel bad for Starfield there in that case, because it's just like, I don't know, it looked good to me. It looked like a perfectly decent, fine game. Man. Nether was able to be totally revamped because no one really went to the Nether before the update, so the devs were able to sneak past it. That is true. The Nether used to be just so simple. There was not really too much to it, was there? But then they actually were able to add in a pretty significant chunk of content to that game, weren't they? Like actual biomes and, set areas and stuff like that. There's a lot of good stuff. The factory must grow. Factories, the thing is, right now, the factory is quite large. Larger than I need it to be honest. I don't really need the factory to be getting any bigger. I need to get all of the resources that I currently have being used effectively before I do much of anything else. All in all, blame Microsoft. It's this sort of thing where I don't even want to blame Microsoft. Not entirely. Because I know the story of the Phantom. And how what it sounded like was, it sounded like the reception to that was so poor that people basically just, they got burned. They got burned bad, and they were just like, okay, no big updates. We're going to try and do just the smallest things possible, keep everybody happy as much as we can. This is only phase 2. Because I'm trying to get the factory up and running before I go to phase 3. And by up and running, I mean efficient and effective before I can. The thing is, I can finish phase 2 right now, just instantly. The Fortnite treatment of adding insane shit almost every week, or like Dead Cells, which is changing up the game wholesale like every week for a while there. Ah, I'm gonna miss that. But then again, it has been over a year at this point in time, right? What do people... Oh, people hated the addition of the Phantom. The idea that it's just like you gotta sleep every 3 days. It's just like it was utterly and completely despised as an addition. And that was one of the few new enemies, like actually new enemies that they've ever added to the game. You know, ones that aren't just sort of based on the original, like 7 enemies that exist in the game and everything like that. You know, I'm talking... Like, this is something entirely and completely new. It's like, I still see, like, occasionally when people are talking about, yeah. And you can clearly, and you know, remember, like, April Fool's Day, all the April Fool's Day stuff, they clearly have ideas that they want to implement, and that they definitely can implement. But it's just, like, not do enough QA. I just think that it's like it messed with the existing... Yeah, they probably just didn't do enough QA stuff. You know what? Yeah, let's just say yeah. That entire thing. Yeah, all of the mob votes also tend to be... Yeah, you can also see that in the mob votes, where they're all very safe options, right? And they're also so extremely... insignificant. They are not going to, like, mess up anything. All that sort of stuff. I don't know. For me, though, it's like I played Minecraft. I had a good time with it, but at the same time, I'm not extremely... Dead Cells board game is pretty great. Capture the soul of Dead Cells with the fast combat and progression. Hey, good. But you know I'm just here for the video game. I ain't here for anything else. Only the video game. If it ain't a video game, it ain't for me. Yeah. Wasn't the Phantom spawn rate too much? Yeah, that might have been it. It's always skewed to the shittiest, safest option. Yeah, and it's because you know the people working at Microsoft on Minecraft are probably incredibly talented and have a lot of great ideas of stuff to do with Minecraft, but it's just like, we can't do the Phantom again. Ugh. But yeah, it's like, as far as finishing the second phase goes, it's like, it's all here, baby. It's all, like, set up, ready to go. I just don't want to do it until I get everything effectively working. And the only... Almost fell right off there, reading chat. Mojang, add another fruit. We added pomegranates. Oh, boy. Let's also just real quick go add in this, because this is currently kind of like end game that I'm looking at right now. Far more than enough automated wiring for the time here. The only Quake game revealed recently was a board game. Man, I felt the same way when we had when they were revealing that they were making like a new Commander Keen game, and it actually looked pretty good. This was like back in 2017, 2018, and then it's just like, oh, it's a mobile game. I'm like, oh, well. Hey, if they want to make a real game, I'll be, with like this style, I'll be down. You can't straight up eat pomegranates. You got to juice them like, you got to juice them seeds. There's an entire way to eat. It's sort of like how, you know, with mangoes, you got to cut them in half. And then usually what you do is you like cut them into the little squares. Pomegranate's got a similar sort of thing. What you do is you cut them in half, and then you like put it in a bowl of warm water and get the corn, the corn style kernels out, and you can eat those. The seeds actually got good fiber and everything like that, but it's a process to actually eat them. It's true. Just added copper. It rusts and looks like shit in both cases. Yeah. I don't know. Like, if one of the things that I was always talking about after doing the Minecraft series is that if I'm ever going to go back, I'm going to go get one of the big transformative mods. It's going to be super modded Minecraft. It's going to be huge, big, enormous changes, Minecraft. It ain't gonna be just like, oh, I'm gonna go check out the new updates, because... Wouldn't advise eating pomegranate seeds unless you're super into marrying Hades. Mythological references. I like it. And why wouldn't you? He is... Weighing if I want to say this. As far as daddy characters go, he's pretty hot. Okay, there you go. I said it. Anyway, I still haven't played Hades 2. I gotta do that at some point. Shut up, second guy. I'm surprised that you're here now. By the way, roads, and also I changed up the layers of the factory that were entirely based around transportation now to just basic plenum, so that it's a lot more effective and efficient in terms of how stuff is going. That entire thing. Greg Tech basically inspired the whole factory. No, you know. Okay, come on, Greg Tech. Zachtronics ran so that Greg Tech could run slower. Y'all never forget that Zachtronics was out there making Minecraft with Infiniminer long before Minecraft was made as a clone of that game. Never forget. Notch still keeps that video up there. The only god not to be a super creep. I don't know. I don't think forcing someone to marry you because they ate 6 seeds of a pomegranate is not... he's totally normal, understandable behavior. But, you know, it's like, that's Greek gods, baby. Infinifactory is great. Yeah, exactly. It's just like we got like Infinifactory, Infiniminer. It's just so many things. It's like never forget that Zachtronics that was out there doing the stuff. Y'all gotta pay respect to the OGs by Greek god standards. Fair, I suppose. I guess. I don't know. All right. Let's go set this stuff up here. Oh, no, I gotta... I'm trying to get this as close... You can probably tell I'm trying to get this as close to the ground as possible for the sake of aesthetics, if nothing else. It's just... It feels weird to have just... If I were to have things floating like 20 meters up in the air as far as what's supposed to be roads go. Aside from the pomegranate, he pretty much did nothing. Yeah, and I mean, he totally got screwed by all the... due to dice games, so... At least, like, you can respect, I guess, that. But, I know how that is. Alright, this will probably be then for limestone, and then next one that I'm gonna be for the iron. And I'll just leave the impure copper node for using... You could build supports to make it look like a bridge. You might have actually noticed back at the quarry area over there, I was starting to do that. Because I think that would be a way to make this look good. I don't know if I'm more focused a lot of the time on efficiency rather than aesthetics for the most part. Although I'm trying at least to do it a little bit. Just like a little bit. You know, like a little bit of aesthetics as a treat. Let's also get this here so that I know how these things are demarcated off. That entire thing. It also makes it look more like a road. They do not go horizontally. Come on. Fine. I'm not going to have this growing through here. That's ridiculous. That's silly. All right, but yeah, I was saying over here, around the old rib cage. Around the old rib cage. But yeah, I was kind of starting to do that over here, you can see. where it's like, hey, we got the paved top, and then we got like supports here on the bottom. But I'm just like, look, we got a lot more game to go through right now. I can't just be focusing on that the entire time. Illegal. I don't know if you know this, but we are on a completely different planet. Ain't no laws here. It's like I'm drinking White Claws 24/7, baby. By the way, I did get a pack of White Claws yesterday. So, you know. Have you messed around with the Awesome Sink yet? Yeah, it's got great decor options. Oh yeah, I mean, I did. You know, this here, the asphalt is a decor option specifically. It also delineates that it's supposed to be a road, so you know, it also has functional stuff. And the holes actually I've been using for getting stuff transported between plenum and factory floor as well. So it's like I've been on that train for a while. I also, of course, have ladders here specifically to traverse the factory until I get hypertube set up, which is still probably a little way out. No, I mean, the thing is, I can destroy this planet as much as I want. And I will. And I have. Because Fix-It allows me to. Also, there's no other humans in here than me. Or, like, even humanoid creatures. That entire thing. Yeah. So that's how we're looking at it. No, don't do it, Joker. Your movie, don't make a sequel. It's gonna be bad. But that's just what I want to do. I'll lose WP so much money. Oh, that's just like the Joker making a flop movie like that. Let's get this working. Let's get this up one more layer so it's on top of the sand. There we go. Anybody see the sequel to the Joker movie? I remember talking about that when okay, yeah, but the thing is, it's like Pokemon is different. They used to marry Pokemon in ancient times in the Pokemon universe. I don't know if you know that. Also, there are plenty of Pokemon that are just like dudes. Like Sock and Chop. It's just these like Muppet guys. But they're basically human. I'm just saying. I sounded like Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Do you think that Dr. Doofenshmirtz, that voice, would not make a good Joker? I think that would make a fine Joker. Maybe in like a, you know, a more kid-friendly Joker type of thing, but, you know. And I know what you're saying. The Joker murders people. Yeah, well, kids are all over Five Nights at Freddy's, and that's all about children getting murdered. I don't think that's a deal breaker anymore, as much as it used to be. Yeah, I mean, I suppose I could also do that. What I need is, I know at some point in time they had like inverted incline foundations, but I don't think they got rid of. Oh, right. I'm gonna have to go around the. What? How am I gonna do this? Because I need to keep this around so that I can exploit it. I guess what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to not that. Where are you? I'll have to just set up the thing right here. The inverted ones are still there to my knowledge. I'm not gonna go check that right now. It's like, I don't think I have any screws on me to actually build the thing, but yeah. I'm out of steel pipes. Steel pipes can now be made entirely with iron, by the way, which is, of course, how I'm going to do that. ASMR. Typhlosion feeds you his blueberries. What? And murders your father. Gone sexual. I mean, it wouldn't say gone sexual. That's still going to flag the YouTube thing. It would say, like, spicy or something like that. I wouldn't know. How would I know? I wouldn't know that. Anyway. With his funny laughing gas. Yeah, I mean, the laughing gas kills you, but it's in a hilarious way. Not aware of the leaks. Oh, yeah, all I saw about the leaks was that I saw YouTube, like I've seen like an article saying, oh, there's been leaks at Game Freak, and I saw a YouTube video of some sort of Super Nintendo Mendel Palace sequel, which I thought looked actually pretty cool. Because, like, you know, Mendel Palace was actually a pretty cool game. It was a fun puzzle game for the Nintendo Entertainment System, and I'm like, oh, I like seeing. I mean, even though I didn't actually watch the video itself. Oh yeah, there is the inverted ramp set right here. Well, okay, never mind. How did I look over that? Do I have any? I ain't got nothing left though, so let's go grab some junk. I suppose. Here, I'll get rid of some of the stuff that I got here right now. Now I don't know about blueberries. Look, all this stuff is like on auto create. I can do this pretty easy. I forgot they released True Satisfactory 1.0. I mean, it's still satisfactory. There's more content to it. What else do you want me to say? I played this game for over 1,000 hours even before the 1.0 came out. I'm too deep in the paint here to say pretty much anything else, unless they completely changed up the game to be completely terrible, and they didn't. Yeah. No, I'd recommend it. Come on now. Putting so many cubes in here. Just give me my thing. There you go. So many cubes. Yeah, it's just like, no, unless they completely and totally wanged this stuff.
Be without foundations? Probably a bit
Shut
lower.
the fuck up, Ada. Anyway. Where is this now? Here we are. Look! My God, it's so much better. What are you decoloning for? You heard it. Hatsune Miku's not going to be insulted by that. Is your name Ada? Anyway, what was I doing here? No, I mean, I got the inverted ramps. That's kind of what I was looking at. Well, it's, I guess my review is more or less, it's satisfactory. If you like Satisfactory before, you'll presumably like 1.0. Other than that, it is a video game that is more like a job. You will have to learn actual engineering concepts and building design if you want to do it efficiently. Otherwise, make a bunch of spaghetti. It's fine. You know it isn't. Why not, though? Answer me that. Congratulations, you do be... I don't live in a society, though. I live on a planet. Dream game. I mean, you are talking to somebody who never typed in the /played command in World of Warcraft because of fear of what it would say about me. And I never will. I never will. I dropped out of engineering school. Well, there's always time to go back, right? There's always time to go back. Never let that engineering leave you. Now I need to... Oh, right, I was going to go get pipes. I forgot. Also, I'm going to get rid of this because I don't like it being here. There you go. Much better. Factorio. Oh, whatever. Factorio, you're spending all your time having to do this stupid tower defense minigame nonsense. This game, none of that. You might occasionally whack a beast with a lightsaber, but it's just like, other than that, entirely and completely only about the engineering, baby. 500 hours. I mean, no, I'll beat you with my 1,000 hours. What am I at currently, by the way, for Satisfactory? 1,333 hours of this video game I've played, apparently. So how about that? Or create a gun. There are guns in this game. Well, there's one gun. There's a rifle. I mean, I guess there's technically also the rebar gun or rebar shooter, whatever it's called. But that I don't count that. Actually more than Dead Cells? No, not more than Dead. I've played Dead Cells for over 2,000 hours. That is factually untrue. But yeah, this is a new recipe that they put in the game. 100 per minute for 25 steel pipe per minute. I now do not have to use steel to create steel pipes. It's pretty much the coal, like the coal equivalent of iron wire, freeing up a lot of stuff for me. What's the time stat for Cookie Clicker? I mean, Cookie Clicker is still ongoing. As you can see right here, I mean, just like taking a look. Oh, got a golden cookie right there, in fact. As you can see right here, the latest thing that I've been going for is the 32 million, getting an entire year's worth of what do you call it? Money for stuff here, which is one of the few achievements that I still have left. At this point in time, I have completed the garden, so I'm just kind of like on the grind here. Yeah, that entire thing. Anything that I can get right now for stocks, or sell right now for stocks, really. 45 is kind of enough. I suppose I can. Not a huge profit, but I think that'll probably go back down by the time I get there. Yep, it should otherwise be pretty good. I mean, other than that, it's like you can see, still got a few of the amount of cookies that I've got to bake, needless to say. All of the level 10 achievements I don't have just yet. Yeah, you can see all of the level 10 achievements just as a big old stripe right down here, as well as a couple of the really high tier buildings that I still have yet to get. High tier building stuff again. Still need to get the 7,777 golden cookie clicks. 365 sugar lumps, I believe. I think this one's get the this one is one of these is get the max investment building, and I can't remember what the other one is. I think that's ascend before you get hit with a penalty for loans, which you can already see that I have loans unlocked. I got one right here. So as soon as I actually ascend here with my what is that, right now, it's like I have nearly 10 times... Ooh, golden cookie. I have nearly 10 times my current prestige level. So as soon as I finish up with the year's worth of profit, then I should be able to ascend and get a pretty big prestige bonus. And I can probably also get the loan thing at the same time, too. Taking a look otherwise. And then I think the rest of the achievements are just the shadow ones, which I have gotten this one. I actually got this one while I was playing Satisfactory, funny enough. Yeah, that stupid one. Grandma's still there. This one was annoying to get. This one was just a big grind. Good stuff, good stuff. How many people have completed the game on Steam? Which game? Cookie Clicker? Because it's like there's no real completion thing, but the rarest achievement to get, which I have, own 700 upgrades, is about at 4.5%. So actually a surprisingly large amount. So there you go. That's your Cookie Clicker update then. You basically finished it? No, because I still gotta go and get it. Because I still gotta go get the one Trevisintillion cookies, which I think that's really the goal, because that's the max. That's the achievement. That's the maximum cookie amount achievement that you get. So yeah, I mean, I may have essentially finished it, but I don't have all the achievements yet. I just showed you like half a dozen of them that I still don't have. I can't really say that I've completed the game until I have every one of the achievements, right? Will he make it? No. Ow. But I'm alive. It's fine. I think they got a one-hit protection in this game, at least to a certain extent. Let's see if you get the conversions screen. But the thing is, there are shadow achievements, which are still Steam achievements, but they're still Steam achievements, but they're not like true achievements in the game. You don't get any benefit from them. And I gotta get all those ones too, including the one that's 27,777 golden cookies clicked, which is definitely going to take like well over a year. There's also one that's just there for playing. Steam doesn't count. I mean, are you agreeing with the game? Can't believe you're doing this to me. All right, now I got to figure out some way that I can set up a thing here. Have you seen Alt-Shift-X's video essay on Cookie Clicker? I have not. What is there to say about Cookie Clicker? That would require a video essay. I mean, I'm going to create something similar to that, but that's going to be like just me talking about finishing the game. completing all the achievements in the game, which is, as far as I can tell, the closest thing that you're going to get to an achievement. Or a completion. Completion is the word. Let me just real quick delete all that. So I can have this facing the right direction then. Hopefully this doesn't interfere with the road. Probably not. Something about the pointlessness of life and capitalism. I mean, is there a pointlessness to be had? I feel like the point is pretty simple. You make cookies. Like what greater joy, what greater fulfillment can you get than getting achievements in a video game? Is that not enough for you? What more do you need out of life? Are video game achievements not... Chat, you have to tell me right now, otherwise it's entrapment. Are you not satisfied by video game achievements? Is getting the little Steam pop-up not the greatest joy of life? It was tongue-in-cheek. I mean, yeah, I would... Much like Cookie Clicker itself, I would assume so. Ye who do not understand the joys beheld by they who create cookies. Well, I mean, there were still achievements. It's just, you know, it was getting to the credit screen, really. It's not the same as now, where we have real achievements that, you know, mean something and I can show off on the internet. Alright, let's get that one going then. Then I'm going to have to figure out how to get a road around this afterwards. And it's just like, this one's not even, this one's just like, if I remember correctly, this one's just impure, isn't it? So I'm barely getting anything out of it. Oh, but I need to exploit it because I really do need a lot of concrete. It's true. Without achievements, clearly nothing has meaning. I want you to tell me what your bank account looks like right now and then weep at the stupid phrase you just said. Anyway, why play anything? It's true, there's no real reason to do so. Unless, I don't know, you're like some sort of sick freak gets off on playing video games. Not me, though. I don't do that. Oh, yeah. God, I'm going to have to figure out what I'm doing with the road here. I hate this. You are going to have to be changed in some way. And by changed, I, of course, mean, like, you know, going to have to change the route. Oh, I'm going to have to also... I should probably also go expand my garages over here, too. Oh, man, this is going to be really annoying. Oh, also, yeah, I just realized right now that... Oh, I don't want to have to start crossing over, building bridges over stuff. But I think I'm going to have to. Yeah, I don't know if there's any choice on this one. Trucks will wait for each other. They might. Oh, I mean, there's also like a very little chance. No, I think. I mean, the other thing is that it's like I don't really want to have that wait time. If I can eliminate the wait time, that does mean that I'm able to transport more per minute. Only if it's head on do they deadlock. Actually, you know, that is true. Yeah, if I had them going perpendicular from each other, I think they might collide, but they won't actually stop. How they know? They hit each other, and then they just continue on the route anyway. I have so many more roads that I need to create going over from the... Are you really using truck throughput, or are you going to say... do you really need to save a few seconds? Yes! Hey, truck throughput is very efficient. You barely need to stop at a... You barely need to spend any time... You barely need to spend any time loading and unloading things. Hence, it's just like these cars... The tractors, the satisfactory routes that I have created here should be effective even as I get another upgrade and start using overclocking on the stuff here. And if I'm making sure that they're not running into each other, I think this will carry me into late game. Obviously, that's not going to be true for anything outside of the desert, but it is going to be true for if it is within the same biome. And I have the routes optimized, I might need to replace them with trucks. Well, I don't have trucks unlocked. That's the thing. That's actually why I've been using the 2 meter ramps rather than the 4 meter ramps, specifically because trucks are going to struggle going up 2 meter and 4 meter ramps. Or, they're going to struggle going up 4 meter ramps if they're not 2 meter. Trucks don't have great acceleration. Satisfactory. I made that bit all the way back in season 2 or something of me playing Satisfactory, and I still hold that's maybe the best wordplay I've done on this channel. You can have a little intersection as a treat. I don't want to do that though. I don't want to risk my efficiency when I can just create a bridge over. We can just, create like a little parabolic arc. Wow, why could I not say that? You just create a little parabolic arc over the road and it will be exactly as efficient. It'll be fine. Oh, but as it is, we still got to go rough a lot more roads here, so I'm just going to go start on that right now. I'm hardly away from doing that. Although we could also, you know, speaking of doing things as a treat. Okay, I'm gonna have to go over the dunes here. Could also go and start trying to optimize the factory a little bit, which might be a good idea here. Factorio elevated train rail build. We're going to do trains, but the thing is, trains on the other hand, they might be more efficient for hauling things long distances, but they take a very long time to actually load and unload things. The time that trains are hanging out at a station is a lot, which is why it's like you only use them for long haul trucking, which is why I'm not going to be using. And then besides, it's just like eventually I'm going to get to the point where I can just use drones for everything too, and that's actually going to be the most efficient, although they do also have a pretty long time at the stations. But at the same time, they're also pretty huge, and they require much more obnoxious power sources to create. Whereas this shit is steam powered. I just cram some coal into the gasoline receptacle or whatever, the energy receptacle on the tractors, on the Satis tractors, and they just work. Yeah. I mean, fueling the drones. The thing is, I will eventually get to the point where fueling the drones is not going to be a big deal. It's just, there's only so much sulfur in the game, you know? And having to have that be all entirely going into... I mean, I don't know. Maybe they haven't introduced a new battery recipe that doesn't use a lot of... uses more minimal resources. I'm just going to pave over that. I don't need water. Water's free as a resource. On my other playthroughs, I was able to create... I mean, especially using the classic battery recipe, it's pretty... You can make a lot of batteries. Batteries are not too bad to create. They're just annoying because they require aluminum and sulfur. Two resources that are not... like... Well, sulfur is not really amazingly common, unlike... a lot of stuff here. I'm going to probably try and go for trains for the most part. And only go for... what do you call it? The other stuff. Drones, if it is otherwise very much a not train-friendly area. Then we can also do stuff like have small depots where everything is delivered to a train or a drone or whatever to try and make sure they're all working very efficiently. Do you know about nudging buildings? I do. But I haven't really had much reason to use it as of just yet because, this hasn't really come up. Haven't done bauxite refining. Oh, man. The thing with liquids and really effectively using those, not just oil, but especially water. Water is the best way. Oh, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, there is for like the truck stations here. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's just like I'm also very used to playing the game without having sort of quality of life stuff here, right? And then we're going to go get the poles down and get these back here. And that's how you rough a road, baby. Oh, yeah, bauxite refining. The thing is, water refining, the pure recipes for ingots, are actually some of the best in the game. I mean, here. Let me just real quick. Let me go show you one of the other saves that I have. Check this shit out. This might actually take a while to load. Iron, yeah, especially the pure copper. Pure copper and pure quartz are really the ones where, you know, are really effective. Especially pure quartz, because that means that you really do not need a lot of quartz to get the raw quartz or whatever it's called. Hey, how's Cookie Clicker doing? Still got Juicy Queen Beet going. Looks like the tidy grass is growing pretty effectively. Anything new to grab for stocks? Not right now. Yeah, how much copper you need for pasta? I mean, it's not just pasta. It's also the Alclad sheets. It's also the fused quick wire I use for it too. And then I actually tried to, and then last time that I was using this save file, I was also trying to move over to using iron wire for everything. So I was able to free up a good amount of copper just doing that. Or even caterium. Wire. Yeah. There we go. All right, let's take a look. Good. Yep. Oh, yeah, baby. You know it. You know, then this is exactly what we're going to be doing on the next save file, except more efficiently. Oh, yeah, here's the clown part of the factory. Yep, there's diluted fuel right there, baby. Water just goes into everything, and it's so effective. Also, I see that they made fuel and heavy oil residue like more brighter. And got turbo fuel. Yeah, same thing with turbo fuel. Looks like they changed up the graphics on that a little bit. Oh, yeah, only the most just like ludicrous. Hey, wait a second. Why do I... Oh, those are... Oh, they changed up the icon for supercomputers. Huh. Anyway. Yeah, I'm just like... Oh, yeah, there's this due to viscosity of liquid. But that's also, like, I wasn't really doing it super effectively. Yeah, you like working with liquid? Wait until you get to this sort of thing. That's the real stuff, right? Packaging things. It makes it so liquid can go up and down easily, and you don't even have to use God, just like look at it. Look at the amount of water I use in this factory. And it's all over here, baby. It's all for making every and anything. It's ludicrous the amount of water that you need. And you might be wondering, where you getting that water from? Well, take a look over here. Man, I don't even have that one being exploited right now. There's more cursed. Yeah, you can see already how the current save file matches up to my pre-1.0 one. Oh, yeah. By the way, all the drones are going up there. You can see that's the water one. There's the water thing. The ocean area. Saw that coming from a mile away. I mean, you can literally see it coming from a mile away with those drones. I mean, it's like, where else am I going to get water around here? It's like you can see they're just constantly going back and forth because I'm using that much right now. Oh, yeah, this is also nuclear energy territory, too. Look at it go. It's beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful and terrifying. Look at it. Just look at it go here. Currently using the lake in the fungus area. Yeah, the swamp. Yeah, that's pretty effective. But God, look at it. Isn't it beautiful? The most beautiful thing you've ever seen. It's true efficiency. Can they melt down and explode? No. Fix-It makes better things than that. And yeah, I was already starting on like the next layer of it when I learned that 1.0 was coming out. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So much. You will literally run out of ocean. No, I won't. Water as a resource is so plentiful. That's what makes it so powerful as a source of like stuff. I'm actually gonna run out of the rods a little bit here. Well, it doesn't matter. This is already a deprecated factory. I'm not using it anymore. But this is we're gonna be doing a similar sort of thing on the current factory. So you know, it is gonna be. Oh, come on now. Nah, whatever. But yeah, that's currently what we're looking at, and we're going to be doing a similar sort of thing when it comes to effect. I don't even have that caterium being. What was I doing on this save file? See, this is why having all these roads and everything is going to be really effective, because I'm not even using all the resources that I should be right now. Man, what was I doing here? Oh. But yeah, you can see that the plenum is a lot more crappy. And stuff like I'm not using plenum here. I'm not using a plenum. I'm just using like an entire floor to be able to do stuff. And then it wasn't large enough to accommodate the refineries, so I had to create a part of the factory that had larger ceilings. Yeah, see, that's the entire. Any hypertube launchers? I mean, you can see the hypertube system right there, but it's not really a launcher. They're just regular old hypertubes. If I go up here, for example. Yeah, you can use entrances together to buff speed. I know that you can, but I don't really do that, though, to be honest. Yeah, it's like various parts here that will lead me to floors of the factory. Oh, there's the Christmas stuff. So yeah, and that just leads up to different floors of the factory. I'm getting like turbo motors here. And that's basically what we're going to be looking at for the current factory, except much better. Because as of right now, it is not working. As of right now, it's not working. This factory is not working as efficiently as it should be. I'm not using the resource. I should be using way more resources and creating way more here. And also the way that I did a lot of the stuff, which is building things out, I'm going to be building multiple rows instead to make it a little bit better. So that I don't have this sort of thing going on. And then it just goes off into the distance forever. I mean, it's effective, but like it's not very good for doing any sort of maintenance. But yeah, like I was saying, batteries, they work. Oh, sulfur looks different too. Batteries, I got them. I made the call on this because I'm making plastic really efficiently thanks to the diluted fuel and recycled stuff. But, you know. It's like I'll probably end up doing the same thing on the current save file. Oh yeah, I'm also doing things where I don't have everything where everything doesn't have its own address, but addresses change by floors, and then there's one, and then the negative part of the factory that goes past here are all static addresses. Which makes a lot more sense, let me tell you. And know that. That's pretty much everything we're looking at right now. Here's your preview of what it's gonna look like. Oh wow! Oh, also, I just noticed. Holy shit! They changed up Phase 4 to be way easier. Wow! Only 100 nuclear spaghetti. Yeesh. Wasn't that dilute fuel, plastic, rubber a literal infinite loop? Yes. Yeah. It is. I mean, now granted, it's not infinite because you do need to use electricity. But I don't actually need to get new oil if I don't want to. Well, actually, and it also requires water. So you do need to be bringing in new water each time, but I think otherwise it is I haven't actually run the numbers, but I'm pretty sure that it is close to an infinite loop if it's not actually an infinite loop. Well, okay, wait, no, that's not true, because you do have to create heavy oil residue. That's right, that's right. But as of right now, though, I am otherwise creating... Yeah, it's like, so the only real, like, difficult thing is that I need to just produce a bunch of heavy oil residue. But that's... Let me tell you, I can create heavy oil residue at a very, very effective rate compared to creating plastic and whatnot in any other way. It also creates polymer resin, which I can also turn into... polymer resin, which I can also turn into rubber and plastic and like other stuff, polyester sheets. Yeah, but the thing is, it's like, yeah, I don't actually create new. I don't create new plastic and rubber except out of plastic and rubber. It's just funny like that. Plastic and rubber is just created from itself. Or not that one. That's the recycling the polymer. Where it's just like, yeah, rubber's just using that. Plastic similarly goes into that. And then they just kind of go back and forth. And then I siphon off all the extra that are produced. But not on this save file. This save file right now is, of course, you know, deprecated. We got the 1.01 at this point. And also, I'm going to end stream because it's been an hour.